Summons and legendaries, for that matter.
That's right. Sometimes you can't even control when you damage your own minions because Sea Reaver comes out of your deck.
That's right. And having that theme built in there means that you have to really be careful where you put the rest of your resources. Should you try to get aggressive with it? Should you try to be buying time and value? Should you be looking for that one spectacular endgame moment where you crack the game wide open?
Yeah. So to give more insight, each of the individual classes was about 10 to 15 pre-built cards. And the most interesting thing for me as we move forward in the Excavator Treasures format is to see what these teams did with the remainder of the deck, the second half, what kind of cards they put in to supplement the packages that we gave them. And you can see Reno Jackson, if you're forced to play a deck with only one-ofs and no duplicates, you might as well just throw in Reno Jackson to heal for full sometimes.
Yeah, and to that same effect, you should also probably just throw in Kazakus. Which is...
If you're playing a class that can play Kazakus.
Sure, and that's exactly what Grimestreet Grifters have done with this priest deck. It is trying to take control of the board, seize control of the board, and then utilize those massive in-game effects.
There it is.
Step 1 complete.
Sea Reaver. I'm curious. I want to go ahead and listen into Big Time Buccaneers. They look like they're having a lot of fun with that Sea Reaver.
Yeah, like, I think the end result's the same.
At least they know we have Sea Reaver now, right?
At least we drew this, like...
Now?
I mean, we also could have drawn it at a point where it was really good for us.
That's true.
Yeah,
like Acolyte on the board or something.
Yeah.
This is fine. Fine.
Yeah, that'd be strong.
Yeah, let's just kill this. It's really distracting that there's a huge Reinhardt in the crowd if we look straight ahead.
Oh my god, you're right. Thanks for distracting us. Okay, we don't have a turn.
Yeah,
Play for
exactly.
next turn.
If we had stuff to think about, sure.
Maybe we'll top deck Elise. You can play it.
I don't think their plays are very good either. Like, just their body language is...
I mean, they can start stealing stuff.
Yeah, but if they start stealing these guys, it might be a little...
Well, I mean, it's just like mind vision.
With big stuff later, too. I don't know. I'm okay just not doing it. I think it might be useful.
Yeah, sure. That's just pass.
Actually, yeah, they might have Tortron. And then it just dies anyways.
Oh.
Okay,
Well,
I like Elise.
Elise, yeah.
Do you have the artifact?
Well,
And, you know, we also have Reno Jackson.
yeah,
There's
that card hurts.
OTK.
At least Starseeker's pretty good into a 3-3.
They just wanted more stuff in their deck. We gave them stuff to just put stuff in their deck, and they're like, well, let's just play more cards that put stuff in our deck.
Yeah, and they sometimes just steal stuff that puts more stuff in your deck as well.
This Hearthstone deck has a deck theme. Devour Mind.
It's my take stuff deck with my ultimate take stuff card, Archbishop Take Stuff.
Yeah, we actually just could have saved ourselves some time and called this format the Brian Kibler's Collection format. But Excavated Treasure sounds a little bit cooler.
That's some pretty sweet pickups from the Devour Mind there.
Not bad. Well, the Torn Warrior, maybe not so much, but Rotface picked up.
Oh, big time Buccaneers. They say, you haven't killed this Raging Worgen. We don't think you can kill it. When that bad boy enrages, it gets Wind Fury. That is a ton of damage.
Yeah. You know, once upon a time, there used to be decks built around the Worgen one-turn kill. You can see how much power it has. Of course, that interaction is gone, but we can still see the power of that little guy. Big guy.
It's like a vicious fledgling. It's already got Wind Fury. Just have to, you know, play
And
another
+3
card
attack
to make it happen. Grimestreet Grifters is in a bit of trouble here, though. Their hand was very value-oriented early on. They didn't have a way to build a big board presence. There was never a useful turn for that Doomsayer.
Yeah.
Reno Jackson is coming out, I imagine, a lot earlier than they anticipated.
Yeah, the one thing about these sort of pre-built decks is that they really lack removal. The pre-built decks had a lot of just weird cards in them. You know, while the priest deck can steal a lot of cards and generate a lot of resources, they don't really remove stuff.
I like this.
This is the big package. If you're going to be given a Highlander priest, you might as well put Kazakus, Raza the Chained, and Shattery Brand to inhibit it.
Yeah, that's a very powerful standard combo that has taken priest near the top in terms of competitive play. Raza makes your hero power free, and then the Shadow Reaper random and cranks out those damage like it's like a cannon almost, just except a rapid fire cannon. I don't know why I said cannon in hindsight. Cannons don't rapid fire, but you get the idea.
Yeah. Sure.
Card cannon.
Yeah, you're also distracted by the giant Reinhardt.
Yeah, I am too. I can't stop looking at him. Good way to counter big stuff dying is just play more big stuff. Whew, I haven't heard that in a long time.
Had the Reno. That feels good, though. Feels good.
Welcome back.
And Light Bomb. Haven't seen that card in a while either. Light Bomb, some of the most premium removal, especially against stuff that, and rage stuff that is usually higher attack than it is health. Of course, the board isn't like that at the moment, but it could be.
It is quite interesting that Big Time Buccaneers minions are naturally playing around how Light Bomb works. It causes each minion to deal damage to itself equal to its power. But so many of these minions have more health than they have power.
Yep. All right, well, they're going in. Ragnaros the Fire Lord.
And it needs to land this shot. 8 damage to a random target. That Reno's looking awfully nice.
Yeah. Gets done. Let's go and listen in now to the Grimestreet Grifters. Lots of resources. Let's see how they want to handle it.
They matter. Oh, no, the order does matter. We have to steal the 2/3 first.
Yep.
And
Trade it into the
6,
6/7.
6,
Yeah.
7, and then light bomb. Yeah. Yeah, play that.
Oh, he just kills it with his weapon. Alright.
I want him to. I don't want him to kill our face with his weapon.
Yeah.
Do you have any other death rattles? No, right?
No time for games.
Yeah, I think we just need stats.
Okay.
We're punching yo. Oh,
Okay.
careful.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
It's fine.
yeah.
Like it comes back too. It doesn't matter that
Yeah,
much.
I'm worried about them stealing it.
Yeah.
They're one turn away, and they use the coin. So I don't think we've seen any of our cards they stole.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No.
I mean,
God,
they're still
that Reno
relatively.
is so clutch.
Yeah, they're still relatively
Yeah.
low too.
Oh my god.
That was the sound of a Kazakus being played against the Big Time Buccaneers.
Yes, it was. Kazakus, very powerful card.
This is like one of the coolest cards in the game to me. Like, it's so powerful, and you're like, what do I need? Let's try to find that. This card, it does everything. Sometimes.
You want to freeze 2 minions? It happens. Sometimes. You want to summon 2 friendly minions that died this game? It happens. Sometimes.
You want to deal 5 damage? That happens a lot.
You want to deal 4 damage when I have 3 4 health minions on board? Happens every time.
And that Sylvanas Steel is going to be active here. But 2 weak minions found.
Yeah.
On the Resurrect effect. So Big Time Buccaneers doesn't get a huge payoff with the Sylvanas, but something's better than nothing.
Yeah, and Nazoth can actually come down here. I think it only brings back the Sylvanas.
Sludge Belcher was entombed.
It was entombed,
Yeah.
so that's in the deck of Grimestreet Grifters. It does not count as a Death Rattle minion that died.
Yeah, and the way that Big Time Buccaneers has played this, they've pretty much just put the most stuff on board that they can. And so since the Nazoth isn't super impactful here, they're going to try to wait until Grimestreet Grifters has either more value in play so that Sylvanas can offer a big steal, or until they just maybe hit 2 big death rattles in a row. But that gives Grimestreet Grifters a lot of time to try to build up a board.
Yeah. This is actually quite a few options. So let's go now and listen into Grimestreet Grifters as they talk through this turn.
You can play better race here.
So Battle Rage Doomsayer, or
So stealing the taunt minion is obvious.
yeah,
And
or maybe we play Torn Warrior. I don't know. I'm gonna draw 2.
yes,
Let me change your mind.
so
I like drawing 2 cards too. This is exactly what I would have done to start this turn.
For 2 mana? I thought he was talking about Thought Steal.
Shadow and Pain, nice pickup as well. So now the board has swung. So big time Buccaneers needs a big draw or something big to happen.
Yeah, the one thing about this deck is while it does have the synergy, it seems like the way they built it is a little bit disconnected. They just sort of threw a Death Rattle package into this damage your own minions package, and it's sort of doing two separate things. Now they need to find minions, and then they need to find Battle Rage in order to damage their minions and draw cards, because Grimestreet Grifters, this priest deck is not going to run out of resources.
Not anytime soon. They've landed a Devour Mine. They just picked up 2 fresh ones.
Thoughtsteel,
Northshire Cleric's on board.
Curious Glimmerroot.
And you're playing a 4-mana card and then passing on your turn 11.
Archbishop Benedictus.
And they are really trying to go the distance with this zombie chow, chipping away turn after turn.
I have a feeling it's not going to work out too well.
Yeah, it doesn't really protect.
Uh-oh.
There are a lot of high-cost minions in big-time Buccaneers deck. I'm looking at this, and there's a lot of them. Dr. Boom's still in there. Iron
Grom.
Juggernaut's still in there.
Iron Juggernaut. Spectral Smith, or sorry, Spiteful Smith still in there.
Rotface hits, and this is the perfect time to play Rotface for Grimestreet Grifters. That stolen card, big-time Buccaneers had almost no way to figure out what it was. And now with the Blood Razor's there, they don't want to swing with the weapon until the Rotface is dead. Every time it's damaged and lives, Grimestreet Grifters is going to get a free legendary. Let's listen to big-time Buccaneers and hear what they're thinking about their coming turns.
Point.
Yeah. I mean, we were at 32, but still, like,
Yeah.
we're like
I mean, we
really
could play
far
Shredder and
behind.
Are we
maybe-
hitting that 4-2?
I don't think we want to give him a legendary.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
I think we just play N'Zoth.
Yeah, just N'Zoth. All right.
I mean, it's 2 big guys.
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
a Zombie Chow and a Sylvanas.
And this might sound weird, but if the 4/6 summons a great legendary, we can potentially steal it.
Yeah.
Like
You're not wrong.
You could mind control the 5/5 though.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. The random legendary that I give my opponent.
Sylvanas still, that could be like a win condition for big-time Buccaneers. Like,
Yeah.
to intentionally summon a legendary on their side
Give him a Tyrannus.
and try to steal it with the Sylvanas. Like, that's a very obscure idea. You're like, well, their card gives them free legendaries.
Yeah.
I better activate that.
That's
That
about
could be right.
That's about their only hope, I feel, because they're out of stuff. They're still healthy, but it's not okay.
How can there be 2 Archbishops Bishop Benedictus on the same side?
If there's only 300 people in the world, I don't know. Give me some slack.
They can heal the Rotface. They could interrage it and make another legendary if they wanted to.
Yeah, I'm going for that. Nope. They healed the face and they're giving it up. Oh,
They're trying to Doomsayer to get clear skies against big-time Buccaneers. Because they have so few cards, they're free to make this sacrifice. But Brawl gets drawn! I don't know what they're talking about, but I bet it's Brawl. Let's hear it.
Is that good?
I mean, best case scenario, Sylvanas survives.
We brawl and we get there. It's not good, right? Do we just have to let this go off?
Yeah,
Like,
this
best-
is really weird. We can go like hit there, like these two. Nah, it's so bad.
Yeah.
I sort of just want to let it go off. I mean, the only play is brawl, right?
Yeah, like if anything that's not Doomsayer survives, we steal it. If our Sylvanas survives, it's good. And then we can follow up with Shredder.
Or is the brawl the board's getting cleared anyway? So should we just do it?
And what do you think?
I'm gonna get 2 face damage.
Yeah,
in.
I think that's fine.
Okay.
Just do it.
Yeah.
there's no time.
I'm hanging on to that Brawl.
That's a rope. That's when you fake the DC.
That is a really tough turn to pilot, because you're not just thinking about well, is this brawl going to get better? You're thinking about closing the game in the next turn. So maybe what do the future draws look like? What kind of cards do we think they have in hand? Do we have anything big enough to fight if they are the ones taking initiative on board? It's a tough call.
Yeah, they were going through the options. Brawl, they steal their opponent's minion if it's the one that survives. If Sylvanas survives, it's good. But there was a lot of bad outcomes.
Yeah.
If Tauren Warrior survives, was that really worth a brawl? If Doomsayer survives, it definitely was not worth a brawl.
Yeah, the Doomsayer is the worst one, or your own Zombie Chow is also poor. The rest of them, though, they yield you the board. That would allow them to play the Pilot Shredder as well, and then Grimestreet Grifters would be playing their minions into that board presence rather than big-time Buccaneers responding. And since they're the ones who are running out of cards and they need to be aggressive, this could likely cost them.
And Blood Warriors is effectively a dead card. Archbishop Benedictus is the opposite of a dead card. He's very alive.
That is a good way to win the fatigue game plan if the resources just kept trading.
This one's going to fatigue. Let's shuffle another deck into our deck.
Perfect Blood Warriors turn.
Just get more value.
Wait, you said this was a dead card, TJ.
Yeah, for big-time Buccaneers.
Looks good to me.
For Grimestreet Grifters, it's pretty fantastic. They're continuing to pile on the pressure. Oh, boy. Good old Dr. Boom.
That's going to die.
Yeah, but I want to go and listen into Grimestreet Grifters as they're about to see the dock hit the board.
Oh,
Huh.
no slam that.
Here we go. Uh-oh. Fireworks.
I'm okay with it.
Oh!
That was... Oh, okay.
Okay. That's the easiest inner rage in my life.
Wow.
He's coming back.
He is.
He's provided his own medical support.
I feel like Grimestreet Grifters has played more of big-time Buccaneers cards than big-time Buccaneers has played. That's what it feels like. These are not their cards.
Round two?
Yeah.
Or are we brawling first? I mean, there's still a lot of stuff left in Grimestreet Grifter's deck as well. The Shadow Reaper Anduin not drawn. Raza still in deck. They have a mind control somewhere in there.
One thing that they don't have in their deck from Grimestreet Grifters is Sludge Belcher. But they played two of them.
And this is still a tough turn for big-time Buccaneers. Dr. Boom has been beat up once. And it's going to get beat up again. They're getting beat on the card advantage front.
Yeah. Sort of what this deck does. I think a big part of the Excavated Treasures format was not deciding what to fill the cards with, but deciding which decks to play as your Excavated Treasures decks, because some of them were harder to build than others. This Warrior deck with the Damage Your Own Minions theme is tough to build.
Yeah.
You can go two separate ways. You can just fill it with good stuff, or you can try and go all in on that type of style.
Oh, mama.
Yep. Goodbye, Dr. Boom.
I imagine Grimestreet Grifters is looking to bolster their potential from the Boombot, and then at the same time ensure nothing is going to die to it as well.
Yeah, oh, taking the risk, going for the mind games. Iron Juggernaut.
I'll take 6-5.
Yeah, for 4 mana, not bad.
Giddy up.
Big Time Buccaneers looks like they're running out of hope. Let's go and listen in and see how their spirits are.
Little Boombot. Boombot! Oh, the little Boombot that could.
All right, do we want to hint into that?
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah, I think so too. Because we
Actually-
want this Grom to go to face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, okay, good point.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Wow.
So disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Story of our tournament.
Yep.
Gave me 2 damage face.
They just don't want you to win, Toast. Oh, he probably got a gold map for the Golden Monkey here. Wait, if he has like Raze, it wouldn't work though.
We still have
We
map.
got, we got Rod Phase 2, Rod Phase 2 Ysera.
Yeah, we do have Rot Face.
Ooh, get there.
All right, let's
We're,
Grom.
we're mapping, right?
Yeah,
for
let's
sure.
map first to get the card.
Yeah.
See what happens.
I don't know. They need a lot more than just a golden monkey.
Yeah. I love the come on. And you're like,
Couldn't even be-
your Boombot just won the brawl.
But nope, couldn't even be 2 damage to face. Can't have
I'll
it
tell you
all,
what,
Toast.
Slime does really good versus Boombot, but Azure Drake is terrible versus that thing.
Nope, always dies.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen an Azure Drake survive a Boombot.
Neither have I.
It's like a supernova. Like they exist, I've never seen it.
It goes too fast for the human eye to see.
I don't see any Azure Drakes.
Yeah, they just pass. Armor up, pass.
And I think the longer this style of position goes, the more it favors the Grimestreet Grifters.
Yeah. I honestly don't even know how Big Time Buccaneers comes back from this one, outside of getting a huge golden monkey and getting the perfect legendaries.
Well, we found the answer then. Golden Monkey. Big Time Buccaneers has played 0 of their own Rot Faces this game. Grimestreet Grifters doesn't have that card in their deck, and they have played 2 of them.
This priest deck's pretty good. Now this is just another abysmal turn. They can trade in their Grom Hellscream to the Slime and then Battle Rage to draw 2 cards. But let's go and hear from their own thoughts. Let's go and listen into the Big Time Buccaneers.
An extra legendary.
Same. Grom draw.
Yeah, I think it's what we have to do.
All right.
I think we just can't play around it.
Yep.
Deck's all one of us, right? Like maybe it just doesn't have it. At least we drew execute.
Ooh.
Okay.
Alright, that's not bad.
All right, Monkey, you gotta get us there, little buddy.
Yep. I mean, Deathwing can help, right?
That's true.
Mind control.
No,
hit
that's
you
alright.
every
That's
turn.
why we have Execute.
That's,
XP.
we're executing that first.
Ow. Ow.
Yeah. Execute monkey, I guess.
Yeah, Execute Monkey.
Yep.
Don't execute the monkey. Oh,
This-
the Brown, I mean.
This golden monkey can turn all of their cards into Iron Juggernauts. They could play all the Iron Juggernauts, and then all the Iron Juggernauts bombs could explode at the same time, killing the Grimestreet Grifters.
Well, some pretty poor legendaries to start with. Dreadscale will simply summon Grimestreet Grifters more legendaries.
Magstown will be able to kill the Rotface, but then summon another legendary.
I'm looking at a Faceless Manipulator on this Rot Face.
Excavated Evil.
Yeah, let's get some more legendaries here. Rot Face count is now 3 for Grimestreet Grifters, 0 for Big Time Buccaneers.
Brand Bronzebeard. Sky Captain Craig.
Let's got charge!
And that puts them 1 damage off lethal. Baron Geddon's going to kill the Big Time Buccaneers.
Summon 2 more legendaries.
You might as well, right? Just
getting-
armor up and go for the Baron Geddon. Just see what's in the box.
They're just getting beat by their own cards.
This works too. They just want to see what's in the box.
And I do too.
Let's take a look. The Lich King
That's where he's been hiding.
and the Jungle Hunter. All right, Grimestreet Grifters take game number 1
With
in
a
this first match.
With a mere 8 golden legendary minions in play at the end of the game. A very decisive win for the steal your opponent's cards priest
That's right.
that I think they put to wonderful effect by including it to be this end game scaling effect. Utilizing Reno Jackson, utilizing the Kazakus at the right time.
Yeah. And the Grimestreet Grifters seem to be on the upswing, winning a lot of their last few games. But let's go and take a moment to learn a little bit more about the Grimestreet Grifters.
Well met.
My name is Kranich.
I'm Patra.
And I'm Raynad.
My favorite card is Kill Command. I really love how it affects like a beast.
I'm not playing Hearthstone. I'm playing with my dog Tendo.
I'm pretty sure he's sad when I'm off like to another country, so I can't wait to go back to him. He just stares out the window waiting for me.
We're gonna win this tournament because every other team is really bad.
Our team's great because all three of us come from very different backgrounds. We all come from different parts of the world. We're used to different metas, playing different formats even. It's going to guide our decision making in a very good way.
One thing that I really want to see at Blizzcon is me holding the trophy when we win. Very excited for our team to win.
And they're looking pretty good right now. The Grimestreet Grifters do have 1 treasure to their name, so if they win this match, they would tie Chillblade Crusaders at 2. But this is a big match for the big-time Buccaneers. If they lose this next game, which means they would lose the match, they are eliminated from the Hearthstone Invitational.
That's right. It's do or die time for the big-time Buccaneers. They've got to put something together, and it looks like Ant's going to be in the driver's seat for this one.
Yeah, they have a severe lack of treasures, and they need more treasures to win the treasures.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, if I need to win some treasure right now, I will put my faith in a player that is headed to the World Championship in Amsterdam.
But he's going up a player that's been to 2 World Championships. Ooh. On this very stage. But let's get into it. Big-time Buccaneers this time around, they're going to be on the Priest. Same shell as before. Now the Grimestreet Grifters, they're playing with the Warlock. Now the Warlock pre-built cards are all focused on discard. Almost all of them are focused on discard.
And Discard Warlock is a class that has really struggled throughout its history of players building it and trying to make it super effective.
Yeah.
It's difficult to really discard a lot of cards and be super happy about it. The payoffs are big, but the risk is very high.
Yeah. And what they did was they just went ahead and built Zoo, which is probably the deck that functions the best with discard. And some of the discard cards we're talking about, Clutch Mother Zavis, Succubus, Tiny Knight of Evil, Dark Bargain, which is an interesting one that people don't consider. Deathwing is in the deck. It's also a discard effect. How about a cool Dynamancer for you? Maybe a Blood Queen Lanafel. How about that, Admirable? How do you like that?
I actually like Blood Queen Lanafel.
Okay.
I think that card's cool.
Yeah, me too.
It's just hard to, discard cards and keep that around.
Well, it's easy to discard cards.
It depends on who's discarding them. Like, Grimestreet Grifters is very fortunate that it's actually Kranich using the deck instead of Reynad, because then they would just discard all of their good cards every single time if Reynad was on it. We saw the Crackle for 3 earlier.
It's just how he functions.
Be unlucky. He earned that title.
Now, big-time Buccaneers, they're playing with the same shell that we saw earlier from the Grimestreet Grifters on their side. They built it kind of the same way, but with a few different tech choices, as we'll see once we get into this one. But you can see the core package is the same with Reno Jackson, Kazakis, Archbishop Benedictus, which they were forced to play because of the Excavated Treasures format.
Yeah, they built in a little bit more damage effect to theirs. A copy of Mind Blast to try to get those giant turns with Prophet Velen as you crank out some damage. But in this particular matchup, that doesn't work the best. Because Grimestreet Grifters is simply launching aggressive attacks throughout this game, their major goal is to end it before big-time Buccaneers finds those spots. And this Lakari Fellhound is bound to be trouble. Let's listen to the teams and hear how they want to tackle this.
I think we just go face, because even if he has Shadowward Pain, he doesn't really have a good trade.
Yes.
But
Okay.
yeah, I just go face.
I agree.
I think keeping this is really good. So
Yeah.
just trigger Feast of Jaraxxus and then just have PO.
Right. I wish I saw what they kept, because, I mean, if they have Reno and everything, we're still in a lot of trouble. But we'll see.
Hey,
I don't
how much
really like-
damage is this? 3, 6. Okay, 13.
Yeah, but still, this was the sickest curve of the deck. So and also we have a lot of damage. So
Yeah. I'm just worried about Shadowward Pain. Like, doesn't matter what
But
our
they-
draw is, it matters what they draw. No?
I mean, like, but they should play it like on turn like 2 or whatever. They just have to kill this guy.
Yeah.
He's doing like tons of damage to it.
I mean, there's a world where they have absolutely nothing, we kill them turn 5. That is actually a possibility. An Excavated Treasure deck.
Just like 13 damage.
I just
And
draw the Soulfire.
Notice they're not worried about the Kazakus. They were focused on Reno Jackson. Like that is the card that gets big time Buccaneers out of this scenario.
Yeah, they have a very specific damage out going into the next turn.
Yeah, they're the only 3 people that don't know that Reno Jackson is just in the hand for big time Buccaneers.
Yeah, but I mean, there still could be the damage draw, but big time Buccaneers, we said they have to win this game if they want to make it through to the next day of the Invitational. But and when we talked to him earlier this week, he said he was prepared for a situation like this. Let's take a look.
I think collectively, we are, great at, not tilting, so staying positive. If we're behind, we can definitely bring it back. We're not gonna, keep building on our mistakes and, kind of going downhill. We definitely can bring it back, even when it doesn't look too good for us.
Well, it looks okay for them right now. It doesn't look too good for them from a game standpoint, or from a match standpoint. From a game standpoint, they got Reno. They got some tools to stabilize.
It's a lot of damage.
But they are taking a lot of damage. You're right.
So it's one of the biggest things you can do against an opposing Reno Jackson is set up the absolute best board position that you can against that card. Here, they can contemplate trading, but what does that buy them in this particular scenario? Well, it buys them the out of, if your opponent has Reno Jackson, you got to pick up an efficient trade. If they don't have it, you get to kill them. So in this spot, they're going to see Reno Jackson, and they have a lot of damage on board, but they still have a ways to go. This is a lot of cards in hand for big-time Buccaneers.
Now, they can still get through this. I talked about it earlier, but with the Excavator Treasures decks and having to put specific cards in, the removal is not as relevant. They have Dragonfire Potion, Light Bomb, and that's pretty much it. So if Grimestreet Grifters can keep piecing together damage, maybe they can get there. Still.
It's a lot of repetitive damage that's sitting on board.
But big-time Buccaneers just have some stuff to fight back themselves.
Yeah, now the big question for Grimestreet Grifters now is, how does this Kazakus Potion shape up post-Reno Jackson? I don't know, but they got to figure something out in this spot. Let's take a listen.
Yes. Place hold.
Yeah.
I'd go face.
Yeah, why not?
All right. Yeah, it's our hardest matchup. And they've drawn 2 of the good cards already, so.
Not much going on, Grimestreet Grifters. Well, let's go and listen into big-time Buccaneers. They look like they're chattering it up.
That's fine. That's fine. If he wants value, he has to tap.
Yeah, we just have to survive.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I said summon 5/5, but I feel like the summon team might
it's
have been better.
okay.
But
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean,
Heat of the moment. If this turn's like not that great, which is it isn't. Oh wow.
All right. Do we just want to get the potion down, like with a heal?
the potion's fine. We'll probably Peddler on top of that, right?
Yeah, I think we Peddler first,
Peddler
right?
first, see what we get.
And it's 5/5/7 armor, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we Peddler
as
first.
opposed to just a heal, you want to get the peddler down?
Yeah, I think we just like need things
I
on
mean,
board.
Okay.
we definitely just need minions on board right now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like it. It's more information too, right?
Yeah.
You get see what we can get.
Binding heal?
Binding
I
heal?
like the heal.
Yeah, I like the heal. Yep. We will.
Whew, that is a lot of damage. Uh-oh. I forgot that that was in Warlock.
It is. Just throw it in two. Again, Excavated Treasures, they have to play Highlander decks. They cannot put any duplicates in. So if you're playing Warlock, even if it's a discard zoo, might as well throw in a Kazakus.
It's just a very strong card. And depending on the kind of deck you're playing, you want to see different kinds of potions. So if you're playing an aggressive deck, you usually don't want to just deal 4 damage to all minions.
A Kazakus potion is basically a treasure. And playing Kazakus means you're excavating that treasure.
Now the cost here is interesting. So they're going to delay it until their following turn.
They just want damage. Damage and summon. That's what they're
Take
looking for.
5 damage twice.
Ooh, 5 damage. Ooh, 5 damage.
Yeah, that doesn't really happen.
No, it cannot happen. Doesn't really happen. Only once in a while.
Occasionally.
1 in every 100,000 Kazakus potions.
If you
give you
get
damage twice.
If you got a Prophet Velen in play, it's...
There you go.
Yeah. This is a lot of stuff for big-time Buccaneers, though. That potion provided them so much health, and look at the use of the convert here. The Kazakus coming to bite Grimestreet Grifters.
I know half of you out there don't even know what convert does until you just saw it.
I Googled it on my phone real quick as I saw it in hand. And they opt for a 1-cost potion here. They're looking for ways to just stave off as much pressure as they can. Because they feel that once they've isolated the pressure to a nominal threat, that they are able to get through the rest of this game.
I wonder if Grimestreet Grifters should have not played their Kazakus to play around the convert.
I mean, they knew the convert was in the shell.
They did.
Yeah.
That could be
I wouldn't have even put Kazakus in because I know that converts there.
Hey, just don't play it until you see the convert. Easy.
Yeah, that's a total lie. I would have put it in.
All right, well, just gaining health and clearing the board. That's the name of the game for big-time Buccaneers. And thinking about whether or not they want to just cash in on this binding heel right now, but I don't know if that's big of a deal.
It would force the 3-1 to have to take the trade instead of the 1-1, and it does buy them 5 extra health. I think this is a great turn to binding heel.
And they go ahead and pass, but now Grimestreet Grifters faced with a tough choice, a lot of discard. Let's go ahead and listen into the Grimestreet Grifters, see how they want to handle this one.
Life tapping.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think we just implosion his guy.
And play nothing, yeah.
And play nothing. Well, two. What if we play Howl Fiend? What's the worst thing that could happen?
So the best thing is that we just discard this forever, discard Zavas forever, and then
I just don't think we're going to play this ever.
Yeah.
We're just always going to be ahead on board, so I think we just play it because we're going to end up discarding this at some point. So I like playing it for stats. We don't have a lot of attack right now, so.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like, yeah, it's kind of risky, but...
So risky.
We're very far behind. Like, we need to do this, I think.
We can discard quite a few cards,
Yeah, let's
right?
like make them discard their hand, right?
Okay, so 2 mana.
Okay.
We'll paint it eventually, right? To finish it off.
What about mind games? But like, we won't save our guy.
No, we
That matter?
won't.
I can go Pyro mind games.
I mean, we can also technically leave that up, right? I like Pyro mind games just to see what we get, and then we'll take it
And
from
then
there.
we
What about? Okay, it's fine.
I buff our Flesh Mother a lot.
yeah, that's fine.
Too bad I didn't get the clutch zap.
I mean, really, the only card we care about keeping is Potion.
Uh-huh.
Even Potion's not that good, so.
Oh, just healing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's shield, I guess? No, binding heal. Yeah, Peddler. Come on!
This would be very good for us.
Oh!
That's so gross.
Well, we could play this and then Soulfire.
This
right?
first?
Yeah, and then Soulfire,
Like,
and then because we buff
Yeah, I think we do Soulfire.
the Pyro.
So you play this first.
Yeah.
Soul
Soulfire the 3-1. And then trade, and then play Flesh Mother.
Yeah.
We can play her as a 4/4 to play around Barraza or the Death Knight, but I don't think we can beat the Death Knight anyway. I would just trade.
That guy.
We go Embrace Death.
And then
You like
embrace
that?
the other one. Ooh, here we go. We got ourselves a game.
We got ourselves a game. I like
So
it.
Embrace Death, right?
Yeah, do you want to draw first with Powered Shield on the 5/5 then?
We can do that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate that. Why
Okay.
not? Might as well, right?
Oh, this feels so weird.
Yeah. You got it?
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, wow. Velen would be quite powerful at this point. Yep.
Yep.
Correct. Oh no, we used up too much mana. Nice.
Boom.
Like he's in top
How
deck
are we doing
mode,
on
right?
cards? 16?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Embrace Death is not even a card. They don't even know the name.
So the Cruel Dinomancer, it's going to go over to Big Time Buccaneers at the start of the turn. Now here's the thing. That card summons a minion that you discarded this game on the Death Rattle.
Deathwing
Was discarded by
Wait a
Grimestreet Grifters. But here's another thing too. That particular steal effect doesn't work like the rest of them. When Big Time Buccaneers takes it, they can attack with it in that same turn. So that is active. It should be active to attack this turn, I believe.
It's asleep.
Is that right? The first time that card was played against me, they took it and they just attacked. And I was like, that doesn't feel right. Maybe I dreamed that.
You did. You were sleeping too.
I was under the guise of a Kazakus potion is what it must have been.
But the one thing that I'm curious of is something that I've never seen is it cards that the Big Time Buccaneers have discarded?
That's what
Or
I would
was it
think.
the cards that the Grimestreet Grifters discarded when they played the card? That's excavated treasures for you.
Yeah, I've never actually even played a Cruel Dinomancer.
I played it a few times, but I've never had my opponent steal it. I guess we'll find out quite soon. This is when we need the wisdom of Disguised Toast. So I'd like to go ahead and listen in. I'm sure he's played this card a bunch. Let's try to get some hints from the Big Time Buccaneers.
He kills there. No, we're like 1 off, right?
Depends on how he trades, I guess. Oh, Tom doesn't do anything anymore.
We have 17, right? 8, 9, 10.
If he trades. That's if he trades. Oh, he didn't trade. They're dead.
They're dead. We got it.
Smart play. Right. Yeah, they're definitely dead. It comes down to the Hunter Mirror.
Nice job, guys.
Okay. Didn't even need to draw Raza.
I guess we'll never know.
Sigh of relief, though, for Big Time Buccaneers. They stay alive in the Inn-vitational, but the pressure still remains.
It sure does. They still have to win this match if they want a chance. Again, their life depends on the next game. And Disguised Toast is like, no hugs yet, not until we win.
That's right.
I'll have to stick around and find out whether or not the Big Time Buccaneers will keep themselves alive, or if the Grimestreet Grifters will move on. Don't go anywhere. More Invitational right after this.
Stray too far away from the fire, my friends. There's more tales to tell. It's Hearthstone at Blizzcon!
The 2017 Hearthstone Invitational is brought to you in part by Republic of Gamers, Intel, T-Mobile, and NVIDIA.
welcome back to the Hearthstone Invitational. We're getting a look inside the tavern here at BlizzCon 2017. Pretty cool in the brand new North Hall. Lots of action going on. And a live band, Admirable.
I love live music. I'm just
Not
dancing.
bad.
Yeah. I'm just dancing.
Yeah, it's a really cool atmosphere. There's food, there's drink, and there's some great stuff going on. And this is what's going on right behind us. You can see me. I'm giving you guys a 2 up in the top left. That's us. These are Murlocs right behind us.
Yeah, and they're making Murloc sounds too.
Yeah.
Not bad ones like you try to do when you're like try to do your own impression of a Murloc and you realize
these are real ones.
How badly you failed at it. Those are just real Murloc sounds that are happening.
Come say hi to these Murlocs. If you guys are sitting at this Hearthstone stage, we're all having a great time here. But it is also time to get down to business, Admirable. Excavated Treasures format, the big-time Buccaneers versus the Grimestreet Grifters. Currently, it's tied up at 1-1 in this best-of-3 series, and the big-time Buccaneers need to find a win in this game if they want to keep their hopes in the Invitational alive. If they don't win, they are eliminated in 4th place.
That's right, and the shell that was built for these Hunter decks is a secret Hunter list. There is a lot of secrets, and when I say a lot of them, it's basically all of them for Hunter, with a Mad Scientist, an Eagle Horn Bow, a Cloaked Huntress.
I'll save you some time, Admirable. Go into your Hearthstone collection and type in the search box secret.
On the Hunter class.
On the Hunter class, and it's all of those cards.
Yeah, just click them all in.
Including cards that interact with secrets, like Professor Putricide.
And some fairly similar style builds on each side. They have opted to move into the top end very quickly after the 1, 2, and 3 slot.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm looking at Reno Jackson in one of these lists, but not the other.
That's kind of weird to me.
And there's an Azoth inside of one, not the other. So Toast is going to have Reno and Azoth. And, of course, as I mentioned them, they end up in the opening hand. One of them's all right to draw. It's not the Azoth. And on Patra's side, her list has some more heavy-hitting cards. It's got Bittertide Hydra to be a big board presence. It's got Bone Mare to take advantage of when you're able to stabilize a minion in that spot. But they stop once they hit Ragnaros. There's nothing big after that. So if this game goes to the long, long distance, I think Big Time Buccaneers has a slight advantage there. They have Reno Jackson and they have this off.
Yeah, but that's if it goes long. Hunters can build up pretty big boards, and they don't have too many board clears outside of Explosive Trap.
Yeah.
So it can snowball quite quickly, and I'm curious as to why Grimestreet Grifters didn't go with putting Reno in their deck. Well, it is a Highlander deck by nature because of the format, and it just takes up 1 card slot.
Yeah, it could have just been the number of cards. If you look at their top end with the Bittertide Hydra, with the Savannah Highmane, with the Bone Mare, a lot of it's occupied by just aggressive cards. And so if you lose the early board in that style of matchup, a lot of times the game is beyond recovery at that point. So they've chosen to focus specifically on that aggressive aspect to try to end it before big-time Buccaneers can hit their big payoffs.
Well, let's go ahead and listen into the Grimestreet Grifters, see if we can get some insight into this deck.
And you can play Secret Keeper this turn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's really good.
Then we can just...
Wait, does it count on their secrets?
Yeah.
Oh, we have to play
so,
secret.
So tracking first.
Ooh, I like that bow. I like that bow.
Yeah, I think bow is better.
But that's our only high man.
Yeah, but like you just have all the heavy minions here, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bow.
Our deck's pretty heavy. We'll draw more big stuff.
Secret Keeper and bow face.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I totally forgot that the enemy secrets trigger it. So. Maybe they forgot too, and they're just gonna slam them.
They'll be the best.
Yeah, Secret Keeper is one of the few cards in the game that interacts off the cards your opponent plays.
Yeah, sometimes, back in the day when it was played in Secret Paladin, a lot of times you play against a Hunter, they would just jam it on 2 because they just forget that it buffs it. And there are a lot of secrets in these decks. Grimestreet Grifters was hoping, but it is going to get killed off by the Eagle Horn Bow. Now, Eagle Horn Bow also used to trigger off of enemy secrets. It got changed eventually. Now it only triggers off of friendly secrets. But back in the day, you could get Eagle Horn Bow charges off of proccing your opponent's secrets.
Yeah, you attack the nice barrier. Thanks for the extra charge.
Yeah, Hunter Mirrors are basically who can deal damage in increments of 3 enough to kill their opponent with Eagle Horn Bow. and play around misdirection with big stuff. And another thing to note here for the Grimestreet Grifters, if Patcher wins this game, she'll be the first player to go 3-0 as the pilot. So in Grimestreet Grifters 2 matches earlier on in the day, she's won both of her games.
Yeah. Now, talking about big-time Buccaneers, though, they needed a win in this one. But if Toast wins, then the Buccaneers actually pass the Grifters, and they'd both have a 4-5 record. That's if Toast wins.
But the Buccaneers would have the head-to-head because they would win this match. So the Buccaneers, if they do win, they slightly pass the Grimestreet Grifters. So this is a big match for both these teams.
Coming out of the Secret Hunter, big-time Buccaneers deliberating over this. The final moments, let's listen in on what they want to do.
After we play our minion to play on snipe.
They want to keep their bow.
I want to rope. I want to rope about.
No,
There's like so many 2-3s.
Yeah, the charge might actually be relevant. So.
Like our deck's all secrets is the thing that sucks. And then we have Putricide, which can give us more secrets.
Yeah, yeah, I like it. I like it. It's good.
Yeah, and we have Reno. We're going to take it slow.
Like if this turn is really good for him, we can play like Deadly Shot, and then, or like it's not that good, we can play Animal Companion. Yeah. And then we can Putrefied, like we'll probably hit a secret in the next 2 turns, and like.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine him having anything that's like super threatening.
Yeah, exactly.
That scares us.
Like worst case, we have to hit it with our face. Like.
Yeah, and on average, I'll shred a minion.
There's Tundra on 5, but only.
I mean, it kind of gives away what we have if we don't trade.
Can we just play now?
all right. Play.
Come, midnight.
Yeah. And to him, I don't think we hit his shredder. It telegraphs the freezing trap, but
I have a feeling they're gonna hit her mad scientist and then flare, but whatever.
Okay,
Like
well,
that's fine. We just go face. So what do you think about the bow?
I just pass back. I think. I mean, yeah.
Just pass.
Okay, so
Starting next turn, we start hitting face.
they're gonna hit this flare.
That's not even that bad.
All right, how do we want to do this?
We really don't want to get more charges, but like.
I feel like it's
gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Freeze, Snake and freeze are the 2 main things. If it's Snake, is it that bad? And also, which one we're punching?
Do we even punch?
You want to chill and just drop a Lothar? See if it's Snipe?
That's kind of what I'm thinking, but.
I don't hate that actually.
How do you guys don't hate that? How do you feel about Toast? It's not like the greatest play, honestly.
I think if he had secrets, he would have played most of them.
Yeah, he would have played
Lothar
pretty easily, right?
Yeah.
So do we want to kind of attempt to take care of the 3/4 while we can?
The thing. Or we can also like hit the 2/2 and then the Deadly Shot. I mean, there's like something. No, the Snake. It's not possible.
Or Cat Trick, you know. It could summon Cat Trick.
I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards Lothar and chill.
I kind of like Lothar chill.
Yeah.
I mean, make him. We have the Reno, right? So.
Yeah. And if we can like pop. We want Reno to have like get freezing as well. If like we have to play it, so I think we just like Lothar, honestly.
Yep, I think Lothar's good.
Especially if he just goes face. If they just go face, we have Reno, and then like if it's freezing trap, they have to kill our Reno. So like we get board back.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
And then we're back at 30 or whatever. That's if they go face.
Kill 5/5.
Yeah.
And bitter tide.
And then hit face. I don't even want to look at our secret yet. Hit end turn. It doesn't affect our decision. Whatever. Production will see it anyway. Screw it. All right. Yeah.
We did see it, Raynad.
Yeah.
It's Explosive Trap.
We got all the bases covered.
Yeah. Explosive Trap, Freezing Trap, the 2 traps that are active at the moment.
Listen to the planning from Ant on Big Time Buccaneers.
That's real good.
I mean, he's thinking like, about diversifying his portfolio and not paying transaction fees on his mutual funds. He's got the future plans all figured out with this Reno Jackson and the Freezing Trap.
He does. He wants it to heal him twice. Now that's bold. But they're still behind on board. This Bittertide Hydra gonna try and nail it.
Yeah, we're gonna hit. Oh wait, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, if we don't hit that, it's bad.
All right, let's see. Back to the draw. Oh, we're gonna nail it. Nope. Ooh. That one's gonna hurt. That one is gonna hurt the Big Time Buccaneers. Animal Companion is gonna come out, but I still don't think they want to attack. Because now there's 2 secrets up, so it's more likely.
This could be the end of the game here. The Crackling Razor Maw upgrades the beast. It adapts it. Wind Fury is one of the
Let's
adapts.
see. They would be able to buff it up with Houndmaster.
Wind Fury! And that's going to wrap things up. This Bittertide Hydra is going to crash in for 20 points of damage.
And Reno Jackson's not even going to matter for the big-time Buccaneers, but their run in the Hearthstone Invitational has ended. Grimestreet Grifters going in for the hug once again. They're going to move on barely, but they got the job done.
Yeah, when Bittertide hugs you, it's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
That's a friendly hug you saw there, but Bittertide's much more